brain farted for half a second trying to remember the code for rules, and it's rules. Look at all my bots taking up room. I'm gonna see if I can assign the same avatar to both. Restream button. After that, we'll get started on the actual stream, just to see if people are gonna log on. Probably gonna pop up, yeah. Do any of those characters count as bards? No. Well, at least I managed to change one of them to a soldier. I would like my bots to all look like soldiers, honestly, but... You cannot blame a girl for trying. I think I'm still missing like an extension or something. Right, I think I'm good for that. Now I can switch to my tea and to actually working on the comic. Soon as I shut down the... Hello, Paul. I'm doing well. I was just fiddling a little bit before I started, waiting to see if people were gonna show up. I managed to change the skin of one of my bots. Can't change the Restream bot clone yet. And as with every change I try to apply, I should say, I don't know why it's not working. So, let's get started on the comic. Oh my god. I chipped so much plastic coating off of my screen protector And I'd rather I do that on my screen protector than my actual screen. A screen protector, you can always replace it. Let me just say one thing real quick. I am so glad that this week is done. This week kicked my ass. You guys have no idea how much I'm looking forward to taking a week vacation as soon as I'm done with the 2 projects, because yeah, get used to that. Not only did I try to continue on the Cookie Crumbles and Kami Calamity this week, I just couldn't. Took 3 days to work on a cover for the Fate 68 team. And then I had to, well, I didn't really have to because the deadline was like the 12th, but I wanted to get rid of it because I got sick of seeing it in my inbox. I took the entirety of Friday to completely shade 8 pages of comic for Chris Thomasma. Through all this work, I ended up not having time to work on Kami Calamity and the Cookie Crumbles. Which is a damn shame, because I really enjoy working on the Cookie Crumbles. But let me tell you, it was exhausting work. Which, of course, as with anything I work on for other people, I can't show just yet. And right now this weekend is the 2nd day at the moment of recording this stream of the Timmins Comic Con. I did not go this year because holy fuck! The traveling costs are through the roof. I'm hoping that through my agent, because now I have an agent, because I'm that kind of person, exhausted, that's the kind of person I am, I'll be able to figure out a way to be able to afford to travel to those Comic Cons that I'm supposed to go to get jobs, to get money. I'm gonna give her hair, but I'm still gonna make her purple, people. You know, because it's bothering me, I'm gonna go and look up something. Gonna have a sip of tea and warm up my hands because it is freaking cold right now down here today, and if I had testicles, they'd be falling off right now. Come on, website. I see Tony Bedore was at the convention, I hope. Now I'm gonna wait for it to load. You did well. Well, I guess I'll know tonight. Really? And I was just looking for a specific set of skins for the little characters. I can't seem to find what I'm looking for. Because the thing is, the skin that I'm using for the characters is the mobile version of Final Fantasy VI. But mobile version as in before the Pixel Remaster. Quite clearly. So I was wondering if there was a Final Fantasy IV version of those big round head mobile version. I don't seem to find it on the Spreader's resource. I need to go in deeper, but that wouldn't be too fun for you guys for me to just spend an entire hour looking right here and you seeing absolutely nothing of what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna warm up my hands a bit more and get back to the comic. What's hateful on top of that is that just to do it on purpose, the weather is lovely. So weather-wise, I would have been able to go to Timmins Con. Money-wise, no way in hell. Yes, there is an object to transform. I'm just kind of distracted now because my GoGo Restream bot vanished right now. I don't know. I do not know what's going on with this app. And while I go back up to back issues, my back has been surprisingly good this week. I made sure to drug it up real good. As soon as I had a little twinge, had some Advils. 2 a day, I think it's pretty good, considering. And it wasn't every day, so I think I did pretty good. My script is under. There we go. I'm always burping. I hope you guys get used to it because I'm not stopping anytime soon. The fun part, quote unquote, about this program is that some really weird ass shit happened. But then again, this is my life. And if you've been an avid reader for almost 7 years now of the comic based on my life, you know that there's nothing normal. There's nothing normal happening. Never. Well, great, I have no voice, I'm burping all the time. Makes any feel any better. Sorry. I did get this lovely storage unit for my nibs. I'm gonna move you over here so I can keep an eye on you. There we go. There you go. It's a little foggy and messed up because of the glue that was on it and me trying to get it off. But you know what? I'm also a little foggy and messed up, so what's the big difference, really? I even found my speedball nibs that I'm not using, so I figured I might as well put them in here. Here, there's my spoon nib. There's my G-pen, and if you can see it, there's my Maru. And my 2 nib holders. So, honestly, this is way better than the way I stored them beforehand. C'est-à-dire, still on their little cardboard display sheet. And basically, this program that I was in, it was also a precursor to the trip to Cuba. We had to do the program not only to learn how to actually get jobs, but we had to complete the program in order to be able to go to either Cuba or Quebec City. And if any of you wonder why I'm so antisocial now, I would blame that program. Because oh my god, I've never hated people as much as in that program. Like, school was something, but these were all adults. Did you get it? Hang on, Paul. I saw you trying to catch the fairy. I'm gonna send you a couple. There you go. There you go, buddy. Yay! Because basically what was happening is that they assumed that we were struggling to find jobs is because we were special. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But we were treated very badly, and as we had the minds of children. Like, we were all in our 20s and up, but they were talking to us and getting mad at us as if literally we were in elementary school. Needless to say, when their bosses came over at the end of the program to get some feedback, I did not give glowing reviews. And then a year later, the organizer of the Cuba trip actually had the face to send me an email and ask me to come in again to volunteer. Told her what I thought of her program, and she never emailed me again. Like, let's suppose I did have the mind of a child because I was special. All I have is ADHD as far as I know. Like, if this is how you treat special people, don't do this kind of work, okay? Not happy when I finally quit, because after we came back from Cuba, we were supposed to write and present in front of all the investors an expose about how the program helped us, and I decided to quit right there because I just couldn't lie. It was nothing but stress, it was strife, it was a lot of yelling, verbal abuse, and even some emotional manipulation. Because when I picked up my stuff, and I was done with these people. I was done. I left the dorms, because at the time the dorms were closed and abandoned, and that's where they decided to host the program. One of the supervisors, which was this lady right here, chased me out and demanded that I get in her car and that she drive me home. And I was like, no, you're not. I'm not getting in the car with you. And I am going to my grandma's. Which was true. I could walk to my grandma's place at the... Well, my grandma's. It was my aunt's place, but my grandma stayed there at the time. And I'm going to my grandma's, and I could walk there. Easy. Like, barely 10 minutes walk downtown. And she actually yelled at me, and I hate getting yelled at. I cannot stand it. It pisses me off beyond belief. And she yelled at me and ordered me to step in her car. And keep in mind, I'm in my 20s. So you wanna yell? Yeah, I don't get mad, I get even. So I yelled back at the top of my lungs, and I have I have a little bit of singing training, so when I project my voice, I fucking project my voice, okay? Like, I'm a Bluetooth speaker, like the good kind, the good quality there. When I yell, you're going to hear it. Which I did. I said, no, I'm going to my grandma's. And it worked because she let me go. But the emotional manipulation in there is... when she chased me down, she told me that because I had said that the program didn't help me at all, the other supervisor apparently burst out crying. Now, I did not see that part, and quite frankly, I don't care. I don't have a lot of empathy, but what little I have, I'm not gonna waste on people trying to manipulate me. I also have the patience of a god. I stayed there as long as I could until I couldn't take it anymore. Because longtime readers will know some of the shit that happened in Cuba. Like, I had at least 2 mental breakdowns in Cuba. One where I had control, another one where I was just done with their bullshit. Like, they were constantly going to the beach and, well, look at me. Do I look like I go to the beach? And when we were woken up at, like, brainwashing cult time hours. And they would say, well, it's to make sure you're ready to go and help in the fields. And like, we were ready for hours, and we would go to the field at around 10. They would wake us at around 6. Like, fuck. Not happy with that, okay? There were two groups. There was our group and the group from another town. And the supervisor, like, from the other town was even worse than this lady right here. Like I say, I don't have a lot of empathy. This lady had none. And for some reason, on the way back on the train, back when we had a train, she decided that I was her favorite. Why? At no point during the times we were together did I show any indications that I liked her. But she decided it's a long trip. We're going to sleep in the bunks overnight. I'm going to sleep next to Shiro, which she did. And she was this really tall, really skinny lady. And I didn't get to sleep. I wish I could say it's because she was snoring. But with regular noises, I sleep right through it. Call it training from my mom. I can sleep through music. I can sleep through the house heater that's on the other side of the wall of my bedroom. But what she would do is hit me in her sleep. Hit me and dig her very sharp elbow into my ribs or my side or my pelvic bone. Like, to turn around, she would lean on her elbow right in my meat against the bone, put all her weight on it to flop herself around. And of course that would wake me up because she was basically stabbing me. So I never got any sleep that night. And then the next day, because her town was closer to mine on the way back through the train, she said, well, I'm sorry girls, this is my stop here. And I'll be honest, I was sick of her shit. So I said, you got any more good news? And for some reason, she decided to elect to ignore what I said, because I know I said it loud enough for her to hear me. Not happy with that. During the meeting with the, I don't know, the investors, the shareholders, whoever they were their bosses. Right before we started, she decided to walk up behind me. I was sitting on a chair at the desk. Table, whatever. And hug me from behind, around my neck. And remember, she's tall and bony, so of course they were strangling me. And go on and on about how much she loved me and stuff like that, and if she was doing that to keep her job, it didn't work. Because I was still honest with the way she treated everybody during the trip, so I can only imagine how bad she was to to the kids in her group in her town because she was a friggin' witch with us. She would walk away during the Cuba trip to go and get drunk. She would abandon us in the middle of nowhere. Like, she was supposed to guide me back because we were at a music festival thing, and she was supposed to help guide me back to the apartment where I was stationed. But she walked away and left me there alone in a town where I knew nobody, and I spoke little to no Spanish because the Spanish course they gave us was also abysmal. So, yeah, no, do not recommend. I think some of the rare positive public interaction I've had were when I went to Timmins Con. Of course, not all the public, but at least my online friends are just as cool in real life, so there's that. That's why I'm not a complete, like, Steve Ditko level recluse. Though some days I tell you, it's tempting. Well, I'm gonna be working on that this year now that I got an agent. You know, I miss riding the train. My pappy, for the longest while, was a ticket seller at the train back when we had one. Like an actual train that went places, not whatever the hell it is they got going in the summer for the tourists. And what he did one day while the train was down for its usual maintenances and stuff like that, he snuck my little 5-year-old body in and had me visit the entire train. I even got to see the engines and sit in the conductor's seat. And that was awesome. And I still have the little conductor hat that he gave me. It's in my room right now as we speak. He used to give me so much Via Rail merch. I had so many of those little cardboard folding trains. Because I'll be honest, if you guys know me, you know that most of the fun of these kits was putting them together for me. And those little cheapo dried crayons that they had. And for some reason, a lot of the sets were themed after Journey to the West. Like, it was a little tiny box of crayons, and on the back, there was the face of Sun Wukong, with holes in the eyes and dots on the back of the pack. So as I should put it like this, as you would push up the pack to get access to the crayons, the dots would move on the back of the packaging to, well, basically to make Sun Wukong look up, down, with smaller pupils, with bigger pupils. It was dumb. I love that. Here's something I don't love. Having hair down to my ass. Felt like I was performing as female too hard. And here's the thing, I'm gender fluid, yes, but I'm okay with my body. I'm okay with what I look like. And I better not catch anybody say, see, if she's okay with that, then you don't need surgery or hormone blockers or... No. That's not how this works, okay? We all have different ways on how we handle our bodies. So I better not catch anybody use what I say as an argument against being trans. I'm gender fluid, and for me, it just means getting to cut my hair short and not wearing goddamn dresses because I am legit uncomfortable in them. That's why when I get married, I want to wear a suit. I don't want a dress, I want a suit. A nice white suit. With a top hat. Like, I don't consider myself a them yet. This might be subject to change in the future. Like, I won't call myself a they them, but I will see myself as a they them. If I'm scaring people with this gender fluid stuff, feel free to leave. We're not here for bigots. Also, free Ukraine and the Black Lives Matters. If you're not comfortable with what I just said, you are not welcome on the stream. Shiro's getting political. I don't like that. Stay out of politics. Look, I live in politics too. This is gonna come as a shock, but I live in the same world you guys do. And political stuff will affect me as much as it affects you. Besides, despite my immense stature of 5'2", I am a grown-ass adult. And to follow in the footsteps of Salvador Dali, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. That's another thing I would like to do eventually. I would like to change my name from Sharon to Shiro. And I better not catch. You should make your wedding Dragon Quest themed. I like Shiro because it's gender neutral. And I better not hear anybody go, yeah, but your mother chose that name for you. My name is literally a last-minute decision done 3 days after I was born. So I don't think she's that attached to the name. And I just realized I forgot to put the signage on to say that I was streaming. But Mom's not here, so... And Dad's not the type to call me from the top of the stairs. You know when I say I always forget something during the stream? And we've been here almost an hour, so... Should I make my wedding Dragon Quest themed? I'm not sure. Because it's not like I'm really a Dragon Quest fan. Like, I have a couple of games, I've beaten one. And like, the only Dragon Quest things I've really gotten into were 11 and the Dai's Adventure manga series. Like, I got a good chunk of the collection there. I don't have them all, but they are the most of my manga collection. My screen is touching my printer when I turn over here, and it's getting my printer all hot and bothered. If I were to theme my wedding, it would probably more be Final Fantasy than Dragon Quest. Like, I have a lot more Final Fantasies and a lot more versions. Like, I do believe I have like 5 versions of Final Fantasy IV. And no, I don't have the pixel remasters because I'm not a fan of gaming on mobile. Like, the games I have on mobile is stuff I don't pay a lot of attention to because there's a lot of idling and waiting going on, like Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Put it on the flats. There we go. And what little merch I have of Dragon Quest is, well, it's basically, I have this Sylvando figure over here. My friend Edge got me a mini medal. Then I have Rab over there because he came with Sylvando, and I have a liquid metal slime, but that's about it. What I'm saying is, I'm a fan of Dragon Quest XI because I'm a fan of Sylvando. I absolutely love this man. He is perfect. Like, he's the reason I don't really have art blocks anymore. And he's literally the reason I learned how to customize figures. I'm just gonna put it here so I know you guys can actually see her. There's Risa, with her 2 strands of broken hair. That's pissing me off. But, like, she's my first figure, so I think I did pretty well. Like, she's got all the materials on her. But also, she's a bootleg body chan. So her arm is loose, it tends to fall off and stuff like that. But I made teeny tiny clothes for her that I can actually take off. Because I knew she was a bootleg, so I would be able to reuse her clothes if need be. And I plan to do a second version, not necessarily of that size, but I've been saving up bootleg Nendoroids, which are basically chibi-sized figures. So I can make my own Nendoroid of Risa, and if it works, I might do one of Sylve, because Nendoroid never did one of Sylve. They did one of 11, but that's it. And honestly, that's bullshit. Because Sylvando is obviously the best character. I will not be taking counter-arguments at this point, because I am right, and that's it. Another thing I plan on doing eventually, but that's really just for me, not a project. I want to get a non-official cart of Terranigma. Terranigma is an absolutely fantastic game, and I learned that they're making North American compatible cartridges. Not official ones, because Quintet folded. Quintet being the company that made for Enix before they were merged into Square Enix. They made Soul Blazer, which I have legally. They made Illusion of Gaia, which I have legally. And when they made Terranigma, it only came out in Japan and Europe. And I have played Terranigma using certain methods. But it's one of those things where you want to do the shit legally and the company won't let you. Like, literally, you're screaming at them, please take my money, I want to give you my money. And they're like, lol, no. So yeah. So I want to add that to my collection. Because I wouldn't be able to play it otherwise. On a console, I mean, because of course... Plus I think it would look nice in my collection right next to Soul Blazer and Illusion of Gaia. honest though, Soul Blazer was the simplest of the bunch with like little to no story and some rushed elements and stuff like that, but it was pretty fun. Still is whenever I feel like playing it. Illusion of Gaia, of all three of them, Illusion of Gaia is the one I have the least fun in a way because it's kind of limited. Like, you can't exactly travel everywhere you want. Past a certain point a couple of times in the game, you just can't go back anywhere. You can't go back to South Cape, you can't go back to Itori Village. Terranigma is awesome. It is absolutely gorgeous. The game is long and it's wide but not empty. And you can... Past a certain point, you can't go back anywhere. Like, after the beginning of the game in the 5 dungeons, you can't go back to your hometown. Then after you free the birds, the plants, and the animals, once you free the humans, you can't go back to talking to plants and birds and animals. But the world that you have unlocked through the 5 dungeons in the first part of the game is huge. And you can still unlock stuff, and that's awesome. The doom and gloom up in his room is broken instantly by his magically appearing fish who grants his every wish, 'cause in reality they are his odd parents, fairly odd parents. Wands and winds, floaty crowny things. Odd parents, fairly odd parents. Pretty sure I'm gonna get a cease and desist now. And just like that, we have stripes on my shirt. Just gonna have a sip. Bit more. That's good. is going good. I'm having a good time. Scared myself a little bit when I said this is going good because and then I just, wait, am I still streaming? Yes, I am. Okay. Now playing Focus. Yeah, Focus. Something I struggle with. Dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matines, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. Pretty sure I'm not gonna get sued for that one. Very cool look with the blue gradients. Comic looks awesome today, Sharon. Thank you. Looks awesome every day because I'm just that talented. I'm actually doing an effort to use the built-in gradient tool instead of doing it the way I usually do it. I'm learning a little bit every day. Yeah, this week is also the week where Jeff is supposed to mail the acetate sheets. He was supposed to do it like 2 weeks ago, but he likely got busy because he's actually busy. No, I'm not gonna say anything shitty about Jeff, because he's not doing anything shitty. When he's busy, he's legit busy. I know because he will tell me his entire day, and then I get tired for him. And that's another thing. Because of course I'm gonna complain. That's the whole point of the stream. Right here, this line. We were supposed to be relaxing. And I watched the movie and I'm supposed to imagine my life as a child. That is not relaxing, okay? I had a shitty childhood. Like, you would not believe the amount of bullying I went through. maybe if I actually use a color instead of transparency. Alright, let's take a little look-see. Oh, that was a big one. Yay! Let's take a little overview of this week's episode. I'm pretty sure there were bed bugs in those mattresses. That's how abandoned the dorms were at the time. Disgusting. Disgusting! Yeah, I believe I'm good. I am satisfied with today's progress. Therefore, doink! As usual, as with every end of stream, we are going to thank the supporters, which are extremely patient with me because, as you guys saw, because of all the projects that all decided to have a deadline, because when I took them, they had no deadlines, and suddenly they all had to be done last week. So I wasn't able to get last month's goodies done, so I'm gonna try this month after I'm done with everything. So thank you for your immense patience, Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, and David F. Your continued support, despite these trying times, is immensely appreciated. I'll see you guys, of course, next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I know I had a lot of fun drawing it, and complaining even more than usually. So, I love you all, and bye-bye. See you guys next time.